Hello, child of God. I welcome you once again to Christ Without Borders. In 2024, always seek to have or know the truth in its rawest form, in its raw state. It's really going to help you. Knowing the truth about any situation in its raw form, or what it does, the advantage you get from that, it helps you prepare for any unforeseen circumstances. It helps you prepare for any kind of surprises. We happen to find ourselves in a place and in a world where a lot of things are sugar-coated. A lot of people tend to sugarcoat stuff, to get you to react in a certain way. And basically that is manipulation, A lot of, we find ourselves in a world where people want to keep certain things, the negative sides of a thing, and only want to talk about the positive sides of it, and refuse to disclose the negative sides of it so that you can balance that thing yourself. A lot of the things you see, I don't know why, but in 2023, 2024, and from here and beyond, one of the most important things every person will need is truth in its basic form, in its raw form, to allow us to, one, prepare yourself, to psych yourself, to have other options, to prepare for any surprises, Knowing the truth in its raw form allows you to do this. There's a way it allows you to prepare for anything you are not even taking note of when it happens, because whatever I was told to you was the truth in its basic form. Is not sugar coated, So you have the whole thing. You have the whole stretch. You have the whole length, the whole stretch of that thing, that information, whatever you are being told. We have grown up in a world where everything is sugar coated. So a lot of us have grown and have become addicted to things being sugar coated, to things being presented in a certain way to make it look good, but really that's not what it really is. In 2024, make it a point to always ask for the truth in its raw form, in its raw state, whenever anything is going on. Always ask for the truth, because a lot of people are willing to tell you, but because they know everybody wants things to be sugar-coated a bit, they prefer to sugar-coat stuff to you, which basically is giving you information that is not really accurate on the ground, which will eventually cause whatever decision, whatever choice you are going to make, is going to cause you to make the wrong choices. Because everybody wants to be able to get whatever they are going through. We are in a time and a season of truth. The earlier, and a lot of people allow themselves and adjust to receiving truth. A lot of truth will come to you. See, a lot of truth will come to you when you make that decision. You set your heart to finding the truth. But if you don't want the truth, you don't want to know the truth, and a lot of times, one of the things I've discovered is, depending on the generation you were born, there are a lot of generations, from the baby boomers and all that, the millennials and all that. And I've taken on, I realized that there are certain generations, they have a problem even receiving and accepting the truth in its raw form. A lot of them, they get a meltdown when you try to present the truth to them in its raw state. They get a meltdown. And I don't blame them, because a lot of them grew up in a time where everything they saw, everything they heard, everything was sugar coated for them. So they don't appreciate the truth in its raw form and its raw state. What you need in 2024 and beyond is truth. Wherever you find yourself, be it a relationship, be it a business, when you are buying something, tell them make effort to get to know the truth, because it will help you make the right choices. To help make the right choices. And I've said already that in 2024, anybody who wants to have power should speak the truth, because the spirit over on this earth at this current moment is truth. A lot of things are being revealed to us gradually, and even the level of things that are being revealed to us, it's dependent on how many people are hungry for the truth. If a lot of people will come to that place, open themselves, psych themselves for the truth and seek for the truth, a lot of truth will come to us. Truth helps you make good decisions. Sometimes you could be going through a situation that has repeated itself. It's a kind of cycle. But if you set your heart on finding the truth, going in there and finding the real truth about that thing, you are going to be surprised. All of us should come to that place. Truth holds power. There's a lot of power in truth. Lies are deceptive. Sugarcoating stuff is the worst thing everybody needs. One of the reasons why a lot of people become delusional is because they were fed with lies, or whatever the truth was, it was sugar-coated. It's like I'm giving you a candy and I tell you this candy is a chocolate candy, but I refuse to tell you that halfway through this candy is a very bitter side, and you have to cope with it when you get to the bitter side. Now, if I tell you before you take in that candy, you know that you will be expecting that halfway through this thing, there's a very bitter side. So what do I have to do? Your mind automatically prepares itself and psychs itself to what? To receive that bitter taste. So your mind has a way. You see that your mind or the brain depends on some of this information to be able to switch or adjust things automatically. But if I tell you the whole thing is candy, is very nice, it's a chocolate candy through and all that, but you find out halfway through that it's very bitter, what happens is you struggle to accept it. You struggle to accept it, you struggle to cope with it, you struggle to be able to navigate or deal with that bitter side because nothing was told to you and that information was kept away from you. And a lot of people, a lot of things happen, and even in your life and whatever you are doing, put in a lot of effort in disclosing the truth, whatever is there. If it's a mixture of the two, the bitter and the sweet, you make it known because you will be helping whoever you are giving this information to. You are going to help whoever you are giving the information to. Let them know if it's bitter and sweet. Let them know this is bitter and sweet, so that when the sweet side or the sweet part of whatever they are dealing with is done, their mind automatically will be able to adjust itself to handle and deal with the bitter side. And a lot of people are going to be in better even state of mind. A lot of people are going to be in a better state of mind to deal. A lot of people are going to find ways around the bitter side. People will be able to cope with a lot of things if the information that was being fed to them was the truth in the first place. If you keep the truth away from people, the only thing you are doing is setting them up for failure. You set people up for failure when you refuse to disclose certain key information, certain key details about something that they have to know. A lot of people have become failures because there are certain things people refuse to tell them and kept to themselves. So that's that. watch for the other one I'm going to release.